Good morning. Welcome back to Jack's Coffee Break. I'm Jack.
I'm Kiri.
And Kiri, what are we doing today?
We are doing a tier list for the Hollow Knight characters that you know nothing about.
Truly nothing.
I've played the game a lot. I have over 100 hours into the game. I believe I'm at 111% complete of the game.
And this is your first ever game, right? Like, this was your...
This was my first video game, yes.
Okay. So, it's got a lot of special meaning to you that it's going to be completely lost on me.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So, what are we doing with these characters?
I would like to see what you think how they rank in cuddliness.
Okay. Sure. Alright, why not?
Because you know nothing about the characters, you just have their pictures to look at.
It's entirely the little picture and vibes only.
Yes.
So we'll see. We'll see where this goes.
And you already have an interesting definition of what is cuddly.
I do. Very much so.
And these are it's a very bug-themed of a game. So I'm just really curious to see what you think, what you end up ranking as cuddly versus not at all.
Excellent. So to that end, we have our tier list already defined here. So we have the perfect stuffed animal, very cuddly, tolerable, pass, and not with a 10-foot pole. I figured that would cover all our bases.
It hopefully should.
Good. Okay, so this first one that I'm looking at here appears to be an elephant with no trunk. And a really beautiful hat. Let me move my monitor so you can see a little bit better.
Yes.
There we go.
That is a character who sells you charms.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense with their design. Just based on vibes, color palette, I'm gonna put them probably in very cuddly. The only thing that's putting me off is this weird leg. I am left to assume. I mean, there's clearly feet right here, but this reads as leg. So I don't know. Maybe it's a tail. I don't know. But I'm gonna go with pretty cuddly. Yeah.
Okay.
And then next we've got this. I'm gonna go with a gnat.
He kind of is like a gnat.
Okay. Alright. Is he just like... He looks like a random child out in the overworld.
He is someone that you find... I believe you find in the first area after you go deep enough. And you end up, curing him from this, mental fog he had.
Okay.
And then he ends up being... I think he ends up being one of the shopkeepers in the overworld.
Okay, alright.
I think. It's been a minute since I've played. I have played a lot, but it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Because, I'm just patiently waiting for Silk Song.
Understandably. Yeah. Okay, so I am kind of thinking about this in terms of, there's the character as presented, but they're all bugs, and I am person-sized. So, the moment that we scale any of these up to, real-life size, they're no longer cute. So, I have to imagine them as, I'm going to the store and I'm buying a plush.
Yes.
So for that alone, I think he makes it into the cuddly section, because he's super cute. But I feel like, unless there's something I'm missing, he's got this little, underneath area. Here, I'm gonna put him in tolerable just so I can see. But, with the shape of the wings, I feel like they'd have to do those out of fuzzy felt.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that, and then the separation to get the cloak turn, I feel like is not gonna be, extremely cuddly. So I don't know. He's clearly not a perfect stuffed animal. But I think he's more than tolerable. I think he's very cuddly.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's good. Whatever this thing is perfection. Tell me about that.
Let me see. I think that's one of the... I kind of wish these were organized a little bit better. You know, like more like by either order of general meeting, because there's like a couple paths you can take, but... or like order of region. That, I think, based on the like what I consider armor plating,
Yeah.
that I think is from the like White Palace area.
Okay.
I think that's one of the knights you meet.
Okay. Well, I maintain. I think it's perfect in every way, and I love it.
And I would also like to give a disclaimer. I love Hollow Knight to bits. I love playing it. I love the world. I like to draw the characters now and then. I know little to nothing about the lore.
Yeah. So we have no idea what the lore situation is. Like, he could be, like, the most evil creature ever put to paper, and I'm still gonna put him here because I don't know that.
Yeah.
And, like, even if he was, design says perfect stuffed animal. I don't know what to tell you. I think he's great. Mm-hmm. Okay, so next we have, my brain wants to call him Bug Snacks, and I know that's wrong. He's like a rhinoceros beetle spider thing.
Yeah, that's the stag beetle for fast transportation.
Oh, okay. Well, this isn't a very good picture then.
Yeah, it's cropped, but it's still, yeah.
I think. Okay, first off, I think he has like a 10 out of 10 design. I love his design, but in terms of cuddliness, I think I can't imagine a situation where he's not either gonna be pointy, or they're gonna have to make him out of this like really metallic fiber. Mm-hmm. And then he's gonna have the weird legs, and the legs never translate. Like the little thin screen. Like, no, it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna go with tolerable.
Okay.
Like, and mostly I'm going with tolerable because the vibes are immaculate, but the design is not cuddly, so it kind of evens out.
Mm-hmm. What's also nice about him is that he tells stories of what the Old Kingdom used to be.
Oh, that's even better. I love that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this... I don't know what this is. It's got a bug face.
Yes.
What is this? Is that a hair head thing? Is he a ninja? Is that a backpack?
I think that's a backpack.
Okay. He's the mouth and the sideways look, and he looks like he just wants to get out of here with his stolen goods. Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna pass. I think we're gonna have our first pass there. I don't think he's very snuggly. And then this looks like a Cartoon Network character from like the late 2000s. Again, I don't know what I'm looking at here.
She is an interesting character.
Okay.
She shows up in the... I call it the Night Circus DLC.
Okay.
She's one of the people in the circus, and she gives you, she recognizes certain charms that you have the possibility of getting, and then if you have the money, she will upgrade specific charms for you.
Okay. I mean, that does help with the context. I think I'm gonna have to put her firmly in just because I can't parse out what's happening here, and she's got such a thin torso that I'm left to assume goes onto an absolutely massive body.
Yes.
And I feel like that's just not gonna make for either a very good stuffed animal or a very good cuddle.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna go with This guy is cool. I feel like we're getting two versions of the same character here.
You're actually getting three. They're triplets.
They're triplets. Okay. So this guy looks like he's covered in paint.
Yes, the three of them were trained by the second guy in Very Cuddly to be sword masters. And they each have a different special move.
Okay, so they're like the Ninja Turtles to his Master Splinter.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, I got it. I think that this one is very cuddly. I think he's got a good shape. Mm-hmm. This one, all I can think is he is just covered in paint. I'm willing to, like, accept a universe where, like, he is no longer covered in paint.
Sure.
And this guy...
He has a really big sword.
I can't fathom for a second him, like, standing still long enough to be hugged. So, like, for his sake, I think I'm gonna have to pass.
Uh-huh.
Just so that way he can get on with whatever mission it is he clearly has.
Okay.
Okay. This guy is like old man in the woods vibes.
She kind of is. She's an adventurer kind of like you, but you have to save her a couple times.
Okay. I think she has the right shape. I can't decide whether or not those are arms or a beard. It's kind of in a weird spot, so I don't think she goes into perfect stuffed animal. I think she gets knocked down to very cuddly, but like at the top of very cuddly. Like over here.
Okay.
Cool. And then we have old man with a book.
He is your map scribe.
Map scribe.
He's
okay.
where you buy the maps from and the equipment to update your maps.
Okay. I will say he's once again suffering from like the stringiness. It looks like he's probably like he's got a lot of bits and bobs that he's always carrying around.
Yeah.
I feel like I would give him a quick hug and a pat on the back, like the way that you acknowledge your grandpa. Mm-hmm. And I think that would be that.
One of the things I love about him is that you can find him because he's humming a little song.
Oh, that's really cute.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's even better.
It's something like
Oh, that's super cute. I love that.
And it's like, it's relieving to hear it when you're in a new area and you're just desperately trying to find something familiar.
Yes.
And then you hear his humming in the distance and you're like, oh, thank God, I'm safe.
I love that. So he'd like, if he were a stuffed animal, he'd be the kind where like you squeeze it and it plays like a little tune.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better. I love that. I think for that alone, I think he gets to be the bottom of very cuddly. Just because he's got a cute little song. Okay, so this character right here is peak design.
That is Hornet. I love her.
I love her so much. I know nothing about her.
She is supposed to be the character you play in Silksong.
Okay. Alright, so she will eventually be slightly more relevant. I think that she has to go in perfect stuffed animal, not because I agree with any of the decisions that the stuffed animal makers are going to make in regards to her dress.
Okay.
Again, it's going to be fuzzy felt, and we're all going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
But peak character design.
Yes.
Like, you're going to have to mess this one up for it to be anywhere lower. I think that's where that one goes.
And her fights that you have with her are really fun to do.
Oh, good. She looks like she's gonna be like a really active character.
Yeah, she has a needle that she throws out like in a straight line, and then it stays there for a second, and then she pulls it back on a string.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that. Okay, so next we have just a giant mushroom.
He's a weird character.
He looks like a Beatles character. I expect him to be amongst the blue meanies. He, first off, the right shape. Mm-hmm. In theory, the nose bothers me.
Yes, I think the nose bothers everyone.
Yeah. And I like, it's a mushroom. So, like, as a stuffed animal, everything's good. But, like, if I'm walking up to that character and I'm hugging them, all I can think is, like, she's gonna stab me, and I'm okay with that.
Sure. This
one is somehow gonna get me high, and I did not consent. So I'm gonna go with like, even though everything else would be great, the face and the possible intoxication, I'm gonna go with not with a 10-foot pole.
Sure.
This feels like a safety decision.
Sure. It's really interesting running into him because if I remember right, he's humming his own little tune for a moment, and then you walk up to him and he stops, like, immediately. And then turns around to face you. Because first it just looks like a mushroom, and then he turns around to face the screen.
Oh,
and it's
no.
like,
No. Okay, vibes alone, he gets to stay down there. Don't like that. Okay, this little ladybug beetle thing with the water hat. Okay. Maybe not with the knife, but otherwise, I think it's a really good stuffed animal.
Yeah. They're interesting. They're one of the ones you get to, like, they're just an NPC you talk to now and then. They're also a wanderer like you, and so you find them in different locations and get to hear what they think of the area. There's even a nice spot where they're sitting on a bench and you get to sit on the bench next to them and you just watch the rain.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And they're comfortable just sitting there. You don't need to talk.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, yeah, no, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah. Okay, this next one reminds me of, like, he looks like he's out of Zelda. Like, and he's got, like, the knight look to him. You know what? I think he could be good. I think he could be a good stuffed animal. I like him.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know anything else. I like that one.
I personally don't remember a lot about that character. I think they're only there for, like, a little bit and then they disappear.
Okay. Yeah, they look like they're gonna be, like, the guard of, like, one small town or something like that. And he's, like, really working on doing his job. It's become, like, his entire personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm okay with that. This guy...
This fucker.
Okay, but hear me out. It's a perfect stuffed animal. It's got the flop. It's got the down. It has no energy. It's got the big round head. It has, like, the most bland expression. Just the, I don't want to be here. And there's something funny about that in a stuffed animal. I think he's perfect.
He is an asshole in the game.
I love that.
You save him, and he believes that he was gonna save himself.
Of course.
And then, he talks really big game about himself, being like the best, he's the best knight ever, he's the greatest and all this and that. But then when you actually do get the chance to fight him, it's one hit, Jackal.
Oh, I believe it. That makes sense.
But then, if you go, there's this alternate plane of the dream realm inside Hollow Knight, where you can fight the dream versions of each, like, of the bosses. His dream fight is one of the fucking hardest ones to fight.
Of course it is, because he's made himself up to be this big guy, and he's nothing.
And it's terrible. I'm stuck on that fight.
Okay. Hear me out. I think we put him at the bottom of perfect stuffed animal because he's not, like, necessarily cuddly.
Okay.
Like, he's not, like, as far as being a stuffed animal, sure. But he is a perfect stuffed animal.
Yeah.
Because, you know the hacky sack stuffed animals that you just yeet across the room?
Beanie Babies?
Yes. He'd be perfect for that. Just whenever you've had a bad day and you just need to throw something, he's there for you.
Okay.
It's the one use he's had his entire life.
Okay.
I think he'd do great. Okay, this is a little pill bug. And he's round, and he's soft.
She is interesting.
Okay.
She writes fan fiction about you.
I love that. She's a little bit of a stalker. Just slightly. But in a friendly way.
But then once she meets the other guy that we just did,
yeah,
she starts writing fan fiction about him.
How
and
much,
has a secret altar to him.
How much of that fan fiction is between your character and the other character, and all of it ends in "now kiss."
No, it's between her. It's a
self-insert.
It's a self-insert.
Okay.
Self-insert romance fan fiction.
Well, at least she can be redirected. But hear me out.
Okay.
Without any context, just with the shape.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. A pill bug. Already
Mm-hmm.
one of the best bugs.
Yes.
Yes. And then it's just so cute. So yeah, I think she goes up here.
Okay.
Okay. This long, flaccid thing. I have to put it in, because I think it has all the right shape, unfortunately.
Yes.
But I look at it, and all I can see is, I'll be generous and say banana. Like, you know?
What are you doing with that banana?
Uh-huh. I'm gonna go with the firm,
That's fair.
Okay. Okay. This horrific abomination of nightmare.
It's the Beast. I remember the name for that one.
Uh-huh.
Or it's the Hunter. It's something like the Beast or the Hunter.
It's a perfect stuffed animal.
Yes.
It's... Sure. It's terrifying. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. He is round. Yes, he's covered in teeth. That's not a detractor. He round.
Mm-hmm. He's the one who gives you the hunter's journal that then you can keep track of all the creatures you kill.
Oh, that's even better.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like a friendly abomination.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no, he's perfect. He goes in S tier. Just out. Yeah, no more questions. Okay, we have an adorable little gnat. He's got like the little fuzz. I feel like he goes into being long.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's very cuddly. I think maybe like up here, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing else, but that's what I'm gonna go with.
That's, if I remember right, that's the character who gives you the dream nail so that you can access the dream realm.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Cool. And then we have what I'm left to assume is your character.
Yes, that is your character you play as.
Okay. Everything about this character says I need a hug so badly. Like they've just gone through their entire life and all they want at the end of the game is a hug.
Yes.
So they have to go in S.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we have, I'm gonna go with Old Man Caterpillar?
That's the grub father.
That's the grub. He goes in A tier.
You find him off to the left, and he's like, my children are lost. I can't find them. Will you find them for me? And then you find these little... I don't think there's an example of one, but you find miniature versions of him that are locked in jars.
Oh my goodness.
And you release them, and they go back to him. And every time you find a certain number of them and then go back to visit him, he either gives you, like, a charm or money, just different rewards for each, like, certain amount that you bring back.
I love that. He just wants to be reunited with his family.
Well, yes, but spoilers.
Does he eat them?
He eats them.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
Once you find all of them, he gives you a really big thank you and is so relieved. And then you leave, and then if you go back to visit him, I didn't know this. I thought it was done, but then Raven was like, go back and actually look at him again. I went back. He is out of his hole. He has a giant belly, and none of his children are there anymore.
Of course. Of course he would do that.
I was horrified. And I was like, I thought I was helping someone.
So hear me out. This is why he went in A tier. Without the backstory, I was just like, Does he belong amongst the greats? A tier. Okay. This one looks like a character from Has Been Hotel. I'm pretty sure they inspired at least one character in Has Been Hotel.
That is Grimm.
Okay.
He is also from the Night Circus DLC.
Okay.
He's one of my favorite characters.
He... I don't know. I don't know where to put him. Because, like, as a stuffed animal, I feel like he's gonna be too thin. But, like, as a character... Very very fun to cuddle, I think. So, I guess, like, somewhere between tolerable and very cuddly.
You gotta pick.
I do gotta pick. I gotta pick.
He gives you a little child that follows you around and absorbs the energy that he's looking for. If that changes your viewpoint.
See, we need a category for would-be cuddly except child endangerment. I tell you what, here at the bottom of very cuddly, we're gonna put the child endangerment duo.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't realize we'd need a child endangerment.
I didn't either. This one is playing an organ.
Yes, is also from the Night Circus DLC.
He has just the cutest little ears.
Yeah.
He's got, like, dusk noir body. That's really hard to say. I think he goes up here.
Okay.
I think he's very good.
Sure.
Don't ruin it for me.
No, he's pretty good. I think he's, if I remember right, he's the one who warns you about Grimm and the curse that Grimm has, and that there's a way to break the curse.
Okay, all right. So he's friendly then. I like him. I just looked down the list a little bit, and I have to skip ahead.
Okay.
Because I don't know where else we were gonna put that.
It's big and round.
It's big and round. It's perfect. But then, okay. Hear me out. Not with a 10-foot pole. Out of respect.
Sure.
She would shred me into tiny pieces and then walk away and then have forgotten about it before she finishes turning around.
Yes.
Okay. So out of respect, not even gonna try.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have this duo.
They look like ones from the castle grounds, to me, at least.
I think they've got very good shape. I think that they're friend, but I think that they're also like acquaintance friend.
Mm-hmm.
I think they go over here. Like they're... yeah, because I'm just not getting a personality off of them.
Yeah. I don't personally remember them that well.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like they go down here. And I feel like we need like a little stacking wall right here. Like would be cuddly if.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this guy is big and round, but the vibes are all wrong.
He is the dung beetle knight.
Oh, that does not help.
He does throw around balls of shit.
Of course he does.
And then when you defeat him, you can get a charm that literally is just a stink cloud.
Of course. I feel like he would be very friendly. I feel like you'd feel bad turning him down, but you'd know you made the right decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with pass on this one. Another old man.
Yes.
This one is so droopy.
He is the first one you meet at the very beginning of the game.
Okay. I feel like he's all droop, but not in the fun way.
Yes.
Like, I don't think he'd... I don't think he'd be a very good cuddle, quite frankly. So I think he goes intolerable. We have another case of peak character design.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening here. And the only thing I'm trying to decide is whether or not he goes in very cuddly or perfect.
Sure. It's another one from the Castle Grounds area.
Okay. You know what? I feel like it resonates with, like, this guy. Like, I feel like these two somehow related, both in-game and in cuddliness.
Okay.
I can't explain why, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can put it up there. What is happening here? What is that?
I recognize, but I can't explain.
It's like bug mamoswine with knives. You know what? I don't think it passes the vibe check. I think it goes in
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I can see how you would make it into a stuffed animal. I can see how you'd hug it. But no vibes. Whatsoever. This is the little bastard that chases you, or that you chase around in Spyro while he goes na 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 na, and then you have to hit him, and then he gives you an egg. And so for that, I think that he gets to go up into tolerable, not because he deserves it, but because I have to vent my cute aggression.
Okay.
We're gonna call it cute aggression as opposed to real aggression, which is to say I want to squeeze him so hard that he just pops because I'm so angry at him. He is a bastard.
Sure.
Okay, as long as we're on the same page. This is just a... Oh! Not with a 10-foot pole.
You're correct. It's very creepy to meet that character.
That is like Ko the Face Stealer.
Uh-huh.
That is what's his name, who eats all the people in Spirited Away.
Yes.
Not with a 10-foot pole.
Exactly.
Not with a 20-foot pole. Okay, now it depends on where this guy's eyes are. Are they here at the front?
Yes.
Perfect stuffed animal.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as it's not the big yellow things on the back, it's a perfect stuffed animal.
No, the yellow things on the back are corruption.
Perfection. That's fine. As long as they're not eyes, it's good.
Okay.
That's great. Okay. This guy has so much business to do.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the miners.
He doesn't have time to cuddle. I mean, I'll give him a quick hug, but he does not have time for this shit.
Okay.
He does not have time. Same with this guy. He looks like he is a nurse. He looks like he has other places to be.
Mm-hmm.
He does not care about my opinions.
Mm-hmm.
He has work to do.
Sure.
But this one is so good.
That one gives you your first magical power, but afterwards knocks you out and then traps you behind an area and says, you need to go do this for me because I just gave you a cool thing.
Ah, the bribery witch.
Yes.
Okay. Then she can just go in very cuddly then. Okay. Oh, this guy is going through a phase. He has finger knives for a head.
Well, that's part of his crown.
He would stab you
Yes.
instantaneously.
Yes.
And he would not care that he was lodged there.
Yeah.
He'd just wait for you to rot. He has time. He goes in There's no... I mean, he could go and pass. But I feel like the category is for, like, I don't know why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Not as in I have to turn them down, but just, like, why are we both in this room?
Sure.
Okay. Is that a giant slug? I think it's perfect. I think it's...
The stare, the dead silence, and then I think it's perfect.
I don't know what else to tell you. Like, he's perfect.
Okay.
he'd have the right amount of squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
He big.
Sure.
Perfect. This is a cake topper. I don't know how it got here. Are we sure that's a character?
Yes.
I'm gonna put it in
Okay.
just because I can't read this thing. Like, it looks like one of those weird table decorations that people have at their weddings that are inexplicably there because there was an Amazon deal.
Okay.
I can't see a character. I'm sorry. Like, it goes in the top of because I can see how you would cuddle it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why we're here.
Okay.
Okay, this is Xerneas.
Who's Xerneas?
He's,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's Xerneas.
Okay.
That being said, okay, so we need a category for these two, which is like cuddly except for lore.
Okay.
Or except for child endangerment. And then this one, I feel like we need like a category for I want to cuddle it, but I wouldn't know where to begin.
Sure.
Like, I think I have to put it like I think we're gonna use you as the wall between the ones I could cuddle and the ones that I should not, but I would, but I shouldn't. Like, I think this is the wall.
Yeah, she gives this, it's either like a pale tear or a pale flower, and then you have to transport it to another part of the map for her without using fast transportation.
I hate that.
Without getting hit.
I hate that.
And I think without doing your mega dash. Because it's very fragile and breakable.
Ah, she is the offerer of the quest I will never do.
Yeah.
Okay. She's a perfect wall then. She's the perfect separation between this whole situation then. This is Lapras. And therefore is very cuddly. But is not a perfect stuffed animal.
Sure.
I think it has to go there.
Okay.
Like, it's kind of on that same border of, like, I want to cuddle it, but I don't know where to begin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think these two are of a pair. I have many feelings about this character.
Like?
I don't know if she's trying to be cute. I don't know if she's a school teacher. She gives me, like, preschool school teacher vibes.
She is the wife of the map maker and runs the shop while he's off making maps.
Ah. So thoroughly off limits. Okay. I respect that. I'm gonna pass out of respect. Okay. Here we have Lapras again.
Mm-hmm.
This one is a little bit, like, I can kind of figure out how to cuddle this one a little bit more than this one.
Yeah.
But they're the same situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy, we've already had Bagpipe Himbo. And now we have Bagpipe Junior.
Yes.
They go together.
Yes. For the viewers at home, Jackal is staring and blinking rapidly at this next character.
I'm staring into the void. As is she. She and Co are they're gonna have just the cutest babies. Over there. First off, my brain thinks orange the fruit as well as orange the color. And then it thinks, oh no, why is there a roast turkey busting out of your head?
It's corruption.
That's not better. I mean, it's better for this guy, but it's not better for this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with, Like, I feel like its last merciful cry is gonna be, please hold me. And I'm gonna have to do it, because I don't have the heart to tell it no. But I'm gonna be sitting here the entire time going, And then I'm never gonna live down that trauma. So it can go here. Oh no.
It has teeth, it has corruption, it also has spindly legs that you can't see.
Okay, I know what the rest of this guy is supposed to look like.
As, like, someone who ran into him before I was ready, was a difficult fight.
That makes sense. Okay, he reminds me of... There are these, like... old gods in World of Warcraft.
Sure.
And one of them... I can't remember its name. There's several of them. But he looks like he should be in with that crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really torn between perfect stuffed animal and not with a 10-foot pole.
It's one or the other.
I know. It needs to sit on the loop. Like, if this were to circle back on itself, this guy would be the point where it circles back in on itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think I would accept that this is going to be the last hug I would ever have. I think I'd have to make that sacrifice. Just to give it the one hug.
Sure.
Okay. This is just a pair of eyes. Oh, there's the rest of you. Hi! Oh, you're from Scooby-Doo. Okay. And it reminds me of, okay, in Futurama, the amphibian guy that what's-her-name marries. And they spawn all the tadpoles together.
Oh, the guy who works in the army?
Yeah.
For the commander dude?
Yeah.
I forget his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with because I think he could have the vibes for a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be okay. Like, I don't think that there's gonna be any trauma incurred, unlike those. But I don't think I could.
Sure.
And, like, even as a stuffed animal, I think I'd just be confused about how you hug that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's gotta go in Okay, I've met this Pokemon before. It's really cute. I feel like it has no thoughts whatsoever. I feel like it has never experienced a thought at any point in its entire life.
It is an interesting fight. It has lasers.
Okay.
But, like, when you first see it, it's like sleeping on a bench kind of a deal, and then you poke it, and then it suddenly starts fighting you.
Okay.
And the save point is far away, so it's very frustrating.
Okay, so it has never experienced a thought, and it is like picking a fight with your cat. I think it has to go in cuddly.
Okay.
Like, it's
even with those crystals?
Even with the crystals. I've been sitting here thinking about, like, well, what am I gonna do about the crystals? Because, like, it could stab me. But also, so could this thing. And, like, it looks like it has to be impossibly hard. But this thing is made out of teeth. So at some point in time, I have to accept my own standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it has to go up there.
That is the false knight.
Okay. I love his head design, and the rest of him looks like right on a bad day. I mean, it looks like it just wants to pulverize me.
It has a giant mace, and you fight it, but then it turns out the only thing was in it was this flimsy white bulbous creature that was somehow controlling the entire armor suit.
It's one of them there sorts of things. I think it would be tolerable. I think it would be slightly tolerable right until it tried to take the armor off, at which point I'd have to know about.
Yeah.
Okay. This, not with a 10-foot pole. Not even.
That is a good choice.
It has suckers. And
those are actually holes where little bits of it flies out.
That's not better.
Yeah.
That's not even a little better.
Exactly.
I'd rather hug Ko.
Yeah.
Okay. This thing... Are we... Okay, wait.
It's two. It's a person sitting on top of a beast.
Okay. The beast goes in perfect stuffed animal, and the person goes in
Unfortunately, you can't separate them.
How dare. Okay, well, I'm gonna knock the little person off, and the beast can go up here in perfect stuffed animal.
It does this, like, rolling charge attack.
Excellent.
Yes.
Good. Okay. This little guy...
Yes.
I have to pass.
Exactly.
Okay. This thing,
It's like a Snorlax to me.
It looks like it...
It's like an elephant Snorlax to me.
It looks like it wants to, like, latch its, like, trunk onto my face and suck out my dreams. And it would be so happy if it were cuddled.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would cuddle it.
Okay.
But I think I have a friend who needs its services.
Sure.
Okay. So for that reason, I'm gonna put it in very cuddly. But not for me.
Okay.
Okay. This thing, pass.
Yeah, it's an annoying fight.
Yeah.
It's the bee night. The bee area is really frustrating. There's not many save points in it. So it's really hard to get to. It's frustrating to fight in. That's a pass is a good choice.
Yeah. This thing, however, is perfect.
That is the Hollow Knight.
I love him. He's so good.
He's a fun fight.
I love him. He goes right there.
Sure.
Okay. This, however...
That is one of the Mantis Lords, I believe, if I recognize the picture correctly.
Okay.
And the Mantis Lords is my favorite boss fight.
Okay. Okay. Well, that does make me look a little bit more favorably on him, but his vibes read like evil court wizard. I don't think I could cuddle him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has to go and pass.
Okay.
I think he's got a lot more charisma than this situation down here.
Yeah.
But I think if I have to choose anybody in pass to cuddle, I think I'm gonna go for these four before him. This, once again, how on earth, why is that not a stuffed animal right now? It's so good.
It's made of moss, Jackal.
That's even better. I used to grow moss. I love it. Oh, see, again, we pull things out of the darkness and they're horrors.
That one, oh my goodness, that one was a creepy one to run into because you're in this like maze-like area, you can kind of see the other paths, and when you're trying to navigate, you suddenly see a second you.
Ooh.
And then you go towards it, but then it disappears because it went out of your field of view, and then you went back and it's gone.
Mm.
And then when you finally show up to where it's actually living, it looks like you at first, and then it suddenly like floats up in the air, does this like weird bone snapping turning,
Okay.
and goes upside down, and the rest of its body shows up in a weird like spiny mess.
I have to admit, that is one of my favorite tropes.
Yeah.
So,
it was amazing to run into and like experience that.
I think he's gonna have to go intolerable. Because he falls into this weird, like, he looks terrible to cuddle.
Yes.
But if he wanted a hug, I'd give him a hug. Mm-hmm. And then I think he'd get a little bit grabby, and I'd have to bat him off me, though. Like, that's the only thing.
You're like, I have a husband, move.
Yeah. Oh, you're also perfect. You look like several Pokemon I know.
That is the Radiance.
That's that one!
Yes.
The big star thingy you fight?
Yes. That one, I've been working on trying to fight them for so long now.
Okay, hear me out. These two go together. Because this would be a genuinely good stuffed animal, but also, I've seen you go through that fight so many times, I know what the character looks like.
Yeah.
And so therefore goes in the throwables.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Vibes alone, I feel like you and the mushroom friend go there. Like, of course, I don't know. It's not with a 10-foot pole, but I think it has to be a pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's over here with the beetle.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's this little scrungly thing that would walk up to you and go, hello, how are you today? And you'd have to go, nope, I don't care what it is, nope. Okay. Also, very good design. Not cuddly. I think it's tolerable.
Okay.
I think it is one of the most tolerable, though.
Sure.
Okay. This would give me a seizure.
Yeah, it blows up.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with not with a 10-foot pole because I don't think you even could.
Yeah, I don't think you could hug it.
No. And I don't think you could make that a stuffed animal either. Free this man. Who is this man and who has done this to him?
I think that's one of the characters you run into when you go to the battle arena.
Okay.
And he's kind of like... You kind of assume he's locked up for his crimes.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go with
Okay.
What is this? Where is its face? Is that a beard?
I believe it's eyes, a really big necklace, and then a spiritual body.
Okay. It is also going in I don't know what to make of that thing. This thing as well, I think also has to go into pass.
Yeah.
It looks like maybe I'm just hugging the corpse of a dead bug. This is a seashell. He looks like he's gonna be like a big brain meme, and I have no tolerance.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with pass. I feel like he'd try to like argue about his intellect with me, and I'd just have to keep walking. Okay. This thing. Vibes are excellent. But I don't know how I would hug it.
Sure.
I don't know that it is huggable.
I don't know either.
I think he also goes in the top of Like, I want to cuddle him. But I don't know where to begin. Of course, I guess he could go with this whole situation right here. Like, I don't know how to cuddle that, but I would want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it goes in this little set right here. This thing reminds me of Catbug. It's just screaming. I think it would make an incredible stuffed animal.
Yes.
I think if you did squeeze it though, it would scream at you.
Yes.
And it would not be like a fun scream.
No.
So I think it has to go in this set. It's not endangering any children, but it might be one of the children that is currently in danger.
Yeah.
I don't know who this woman is, but I think she's demanding respect of me.
Yes.
Okay.
She's one of the ghosts you talk to.
Okay. So I think she goes over here with the wife. I think we respect these two too much to even try. You can go over here with this little crowd. This weird old man.
It's an old lady. She's the banker.
She's the banker. Okay, she does not have time or tolerance. She would love for her grandchildren to give her a hug, but not for me. And so I think for that reason alone, she will go intolerable. Like
she does run away with your money, though.
Bottom of tolerable. Okay. This thing looks like a train and a hair across, and also like it's gonna try and do my hair.
He's the blacksmith.
Okay. So once again, entirely too busy for this shit. I think I'm gonna have to pass. I think it's the only respectful thing to do.
Okay.
Not with a 10-foot pole. I don't know what that is. I don't know what's happening with his face. It looks gangly. Vibes are incorrect.
Okay.
Okay. And then the last 3 here.
I don't think they're showing the right part of the picture for those.
Okay. Because
that's like a cloak with the body. That's like another cloak. And then I don't know what that last one is.
I mean, it looks like a jellyfish, but I feel like these have to be the legs and that has to be a skirt because there's like a little trail right here and then there'd be a head or something.
Yeah.
So these last 3, I think we're gonna have to pass on them, whatever they were. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then this thing, I mean, if it is a jellyfish, not with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
Not being able to see the rest of it, also gonna go with not with a 10-foot pole. So I think... Are there any alterations I want to make to the list now that we're here? I think... Okay. I think this one is not as cuddly as, like, this set.
Sure.
I think that this one is peak character design, but I think it suffers from a lot of the same problems.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like these kind of go together. This little set right here.
Okay.
This little guy is so round.
Mm-hmm.
He does look slightly unhappy all the time. I feel like he needs a hug. I feel like these all kind of just go together.
Sure.
This little set. Once again, we're keeping the monster, not the thing on top of the monster. These throwables, this thing is gonna be the last hug I ever have, and then I'm gonna die. Like, I'm just gonna turn into soup on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, I think I'm done.
Well, have you learned anything about Hollow Knight tonight?
No. I mean, kind of. I've learned that there are people who endanger children. I've learned that there are things made out of moss that need to be hugged. Oh, and this guy, I feel like he needs to be with this set. So there we go. And I think that this is the most huggable thing I've ever seen.
Okay.
Like, this set right here, I need a hug.
Sure.
I feel like this guy, definitely huggable, but I feel like these two are going to be the last hugs I ever have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's how this goes.
Yes.
Okay. I've learned truly nothing. I've had a great time, though.
Yes, it's great.
Sweet.
It's a really fun game. If you like platform Metrovanias, you should give it a try. You'll die a lot, probably, but that's part of the game.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But it is really fun. The characters are cute. The music is amazing.
Good.
So it was the first video game I ever played, which is one hell of a game to start with.
Really is.
And it's one of my favorite games.
Nice.
So I'm glad we got to look at some of the characters together.
Sweet. Well, thank you for having me. All right, well, yeah, this has been an attempt at a tier list. I hope you all have a wonderful day whenever this gets put out. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you.